What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today I want to try and respond to the question of, did Doom on Switch totally fail? Right now there's some early sales reports coming out and they're not super great. It looks like Doom on Switch possibly sold about 100,000 units so far. Now this isn't exactly bad. I mean, overall those are pretty strong opening numbers, but people are saying that this is a really bad red flag. Now the reason people are kind of freaking out about this is because we know for a fact that Bethesda is taking that first big step forward and throwing all their support on the Switch, and everybody is silently watching them. They want to know how well these games are going to sell before they bring their games over. And Doom specifically is a really unique project because, let's face it, it's really hardcore. It's got blood and guts and people tearing apart demons, and they didn't really censor it at all for the Nintendo Switch. It's the full game in all of its gory amazingness on this system. In fact, it even runs great. So if it doesn't sell well, it's going to be scary. So let's talk about this. 100,000 units in just the first couple months is pretty strong. It's not super great numbers. I mean, just being full honest, this is probably a worst selling game, but I think there's two things that people are kind of overlooking. Number one, this is a port. It was on other systems for an entire year before it came over to the Switch. That's going to hurt your sales. Not a lot of people are up to double dipping. If people already own a game, it takes a lot to try and talk them into buying it again just because it is portable. That's an argument that a lot of people are kind of forgetting about. And second of all, let's not overlook the fact that, well, it didn't get a lot of advertising. It was roughly 60 days between the time in which they showed that first trailer to the time in which it was on store shelves. Hype is really a big part of the video game business. You gotta get people excited, you gotta get people chattering, you gotta get people spreading rumors. That way when the game comes out, everybody is just lining up at the door to buy it. That's actually part of the reason that Assassin's Creed Origins sold crazy numbers. It's because they were quite secretive about it. They dropped little hints and clues, but until people really had it in their hands, they weren't really sure what they were going to be getting. They knew it was open world, they knew it was going to be action-packed, and they knew that you were probably going to see some people get stabbed, but other than that, it was an adventure that was totally blind. In this case, people already knew everything they were going to know about Doom. Most people had already played it at that point. But getting it on Switch, the main concern people had is, would it run well? Now we know that it runs exceptionally good for such a tiny device, but people still aren't quite jumping on board. This isn't necessarily just spelling out the apocalypse, though. It could just be the fact that it's going to be a project that sells over the long term. Now, I'm just saying that because this is something that I think is really unique, and it's really important to have on Switch because older people are going to buy it. It's a game that says, yes, I will be playing Zelda on this machine, I'm going to be playing Golf Story on this machine, but I'm also going to be ripping apart zombies piece by piece. Sorry, not zombies, demons. But that's my point, is the fact that it is extremely hardcore and it caters to a different audience. I think that people are looking for something bad in every single Switch release. It's not necessarily that they want the Switch to fail, but I think that there's this aspect of trying to find out what is succeeding the least. Because right now, the Nintendo Switch is setting a lot of sales records. People are kind of looking for that one game that underperforms and go, aha! This is what doesn't work. And I don't think that's the case. Doom still has the potential to sell 300 or maybe even 400,000 units within its first year, and I think that's possible. I will say though, and I want this on the record, if this sells less than 200,000 total units in its opening year, we might have some problems. I think that we might not see as many hardcore shooters coming over because that might scare some people off. So if you want to do yourself a favor and you're trying to support the Switch, I wouldn't just say buy Doom, but tell people about Doom. Spread the word, talk about it, maybe share this video if you want. But really, the important part is to let people know that the Switch can handle it. Big shooters are still at home even on this tiny device. But what do you think about it? Are you actually thinking that this might be a bad sign? Is this one of those canary in the coal mine situations? A small sign of bad things to come? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, tell me if you bought Doom on Switch and what you think of it. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Man, it's so crazy that people are really trying to jump on this. It's a really peculiar game, and it's not something that people have seen before, so acting like it should sell Skyrim numbers in a shorter amount of time is a little bit ridiculous. Oh, hey, I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. Or it was really bad, and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.